Hi guys, welcome back to Linda's Pantry, and today I'm making blackberry cobbler. Yes, blackberry cobbler. So I have blackberries that have been in the freezer from last season, and I haven't done anything with them. I had plans to make jam and syrup and all kinds of good things, and I will be making some, but I thought, oh, cobbler sounds so good, and it reminds you of spring is in the air, and I have blackberries. And we get those for free. I can go right across the street and pick blackberries all day long when the season hits. So that is going to be my dessert for tonight and tomorrow night. So in this beautiful pan, I have greased the bottom of this. This couldn't be easier. I'm going to bring you in and let's put this together. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? We are going to need a cup of milk, I have a half a stick of melted butter. I'm going to put that in right there. And then we can measure our cup of milk. And you want whole milk for this? 1 cup of milk. You preheat your oven to 350. Super easy. And we need sugar and flour. Super easy. And because I'm not using self-rising flour, I'm going to have to add some leavening to it. I'm going to have a half a teaspoon of salt, just to balance things out. A teaspoon or heart measurement of vanilla. And then we need a cup and a quarter of, this is going to be an eyeball thing, of sugar. Okay. There are actual measurements on the inside of this. So I am a cup and a quarter. That's really nice because the measurements are on the inside. Okay. A cup and a quarter of that and a cup of flour. Okay. And let me get the whole cup of flour here. All right. Cup of flour. And now we need some baking powder. Baking powder. Okay. And I want a heaping teaspoon of baking powder. And then we are good to go. This is so easy. This goes together in minutes. Pour your milk in and take your Swedish dough hook. And that is how easy that is. So simple. Oh my gosh. It literally doesn't even take 10 minutes to put this together. It takes longer to get your ingredients out than it does to get it together. So you want to make sure you get it all mixed up smooth. And then get a spatula to get that out of your bowl clean. And we're going to put that right in here into our pan, right? Don't worry about any lumps or bumps that you got going on. You're going to be fine. And you could do this with fresh berries too, but because we don't have fresh berries, we are using thawed out frozen or thawed from frozen berries. Literally, that's how easy this is. Okay, and I double bag these when I do this. And you want anywhere from 2 to 3 cups with the juice and all. Whoopsie, there goes the bag. Into the pot. And into the trash. That goes. And kind of get these moved around here. We want berries everywhere, right? But that the cobbler part is going to bubble up through that and just become delicious. And then I do want, because you have to have this, you're going to sprinkle the top of this with a little more sugar. And you can do that too when you bring it out of the oven. And it's going to, it just gives it such a pretty sheen. Okay, in a 350-degree oven, and I'll bring you back when it's done. I forgot. I sprinkle about an eighth to a quarter of a cup of sugar over the top of the berries because they're not sweetened at all. So we definitely need to give them a little more sugar. And that's all you do, throw it in the oven. So not just a teaspoon or so. And then when it comes out, if you'd like to add a little bit more, you can sprinkle over the top of the crust because that dough, if you will, that batter is going, not dough, but that batter is going to bubble up through the blackberries, and yeah, it's going to be delicious. Okay, so it is just out of the oven, still bubbling, bubbly, bubbly. Doesn't that look beautiful? So you've got that beautiful crust. I cannot wait. You can sprinkle some more sugar on the top here. I'm not that, I like stuff sweet, but not overly sweet. So I think there's enough in the blackberries and in this topping. It's just perfect. So that is up to you. But if you were going to use it, I'd use a coarse sugar. And yes, we can serve this with ice cream and or by itself. But it's got to cool down. It's hot lava. Okay, I'll be back for a taste test. Oh my goodness, it smells so good in here. You guys, you totally have to know this. It's cooled down all the way. The boys are going nuts. It's cooled down all the way, and this is just beautiful. I'm super excited. I haven't had blackberry cobbler. And this is my mom's, or as close as I remember to, my mom's recipe. She used this for peach cobbler, any kind of fresh fruit cobbler. But she used to put sugar in the fruit. Even when she froze it, she would add sugar to it because she loved sweet fruit. So I would always request as a kid, because I never liked the sugar. It made me feel nauseous. I would request when we had fresh fruit with our meals, no sugar on it. I was totally happy with it being tart. So I'm going to dig into this beautiful cobbler. And let me just tell you, look at that. Sets right up. Oh, look at that. Sets up like a dream. And I didn't add any... Oh, I can't miss out on those berries. I didn't add any thickener for the berries at all. I wanted to, but then I was like, nope, don't do it. That's not how it goes. And then a scoop of ice cream, and this is my husband's portion. Trust me, I'm not an ice cream person, but there you go. Scoop of ice cream. I'm going to give you a taste test, and then he's coming in to eat it. And this is we don't have vanilla ice cream, but this is a Tillamook white chocolate and raspberry. Okay, that'll go with blackberry, right? Okay, let me get a spoon so you guys can see. I would have this with fresh whipped cream or pour heavy cream over top. Who doesn't love that? Okay, we're going to get I can't get just the berries. I need because the topping is, or your batter is all through this. That's why it thickens up so nice. It is not too sweet at all. It's very tart, not tart, but it's just screaming blackberries. I absolutely love this. I hope that if you've got fruit in the freezer, you'll go ahead and he's going to want another scoop of ice cream, I can tell you. And the crust on top. Can you hear that? It's wonderful. It is absolutely wonderful. It screams spring and summer and the reminiscent of last year picking the blackberries. It really is my favorite time of year every year since I've been here. It's the first thing I wanted to do was go pick blackberries because I did it as a kid. Because when I lived up here as a kid, as a child, I got to pick blackberries for my mom to make cobbler, pie, jam, jelly, Don't come home until she had a bucket that I took, and I couldn't come home until the bucket was full because that's how much she needed. It was probably 8 cups of blackberries, and I'd eat my fill the whole day, but I wouldn't come home until that thing was full. Anyway, okay, one more little bite. I like the batter portion. Isn't that beautiful? You need this in your life. I'm telling you, try this recipe with any of your favorite fruits that you've canned or you have in the freezer. All right, guys, I can't wait to see you next time for another delicious recipe. Hopefully using something out of the freezer or the home canned pantry so I can show you what to do with it. All right, let me know in the comment section if you make blackberry cobbler and if it looks like that or it tastes like that or it's similar recipe. How do you tweak it differently? Let me know. I would love to try it. All right. Bye.
So trust me when I tell you this blackberry cobbler is so easy and delicious. Anyone can do it. I would love for you to subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. Hit that thumbs up.